Today, we're going to be drawing avatars and banners for a bunch of different YouTubers. Just like you, I'm a fan of many YouTubers, and so I wanted to show my appreciation for them. They don't have to use it, they probably won't even notice that I drew it, but I just like to show my appreciation using my art. I have the ability to draw, so there's no point in wasting it. Alright, so the first victim of today is a commentary YouTuber known as Snacky Bish. Now, I chose this YouTuber because I really enjoy her videos. I think she's really funny, and I know that a lot of people will agree. She's known as the Queen of Snark on her channel. You'll see it in her comments. It's really, really cool and kind of funny that everyone's just like agreed that she's the Queen of Snark. She talks about a lot of topics that are quite serious, but in a light-hearted manner, if that makes sense. So she does get her point across, but she doesn't do it in a way that is insensitive to the subject of the matter. A lot of the times, her videos are based on family vloggers and Gypsy Rose Blanchard and things like that. So celebrities in the world who are in a position that they shouldn't be, basically. I think her videos are just like overall super funny. So if you're into like commentary YouTubers, you should definitely check her out. I think like I don't know, I just think she's one of those like down to earth people. So let's talk about the actual design of the piece. So because Snacky Bish is a faceless content creator, I decided to take a lot of creative liberty with this one. I just kind of like envisioned what I see when I see Snacky Bish, which is like one of those people who, like those really nice mean girls at high school? That's kind of what I was envisioning when I started. I kind of had her in like a gossiping kind of pose because she's got like that air of like, that gossip, that snark. I just wanted to envision that and put it into the piece, if that makes sense. I gave her these like dark brown eyes, like that are looking right at you, because she can like see through you. She can kind of see through your lies, because that's what she does on her channel. She talks about vloggers and stuff who are kind of deceiving the audience in a sense, whether that be subtly or not so subtly. I just think this piece. I just really enjoy how this piece came out. I love the colors that I used. Um, in terms of the shading and stuff, I feel like it's a completely different style to what I would usually work with, but I do really enjoy how it came out. Honestly, I think the hardest part of making this piece was choosing the colors for the background and stuff, because I wanted a color that wouldn't like contrast too much with the main like figure of the piece, because especially if it's gonna be like a profile picture, I wanted it to be like kind of like I want the avatar to be the main piece. Her current profile picture is a Snark from Half-Life, and I kind of wanted, like, at first I was thinking of making like a bug aspect to it, but I decided against that, just because like I didn't really know how to make it like fit with the idea of her, like the idea that I had. Like it just isn't what I was envisioning, if that makes sense. Anyway, moving on to the banner, I wanted to do something really simple because I feel like she's one of those, like I said, down to earth people. The way she speaks is just very like homey, I guess. So I wanted to like capture that. So I did a very simple background. I used the same colors as the profile picture so that it would connect, and then I kind of just like wrote Queen of Snark because that's what her comments see her as. And yeah, I decided to do a pointy bubble instead of like a thingy bubble to show that it was more like a aggressive channel, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how this came out, and let's get on to the next one. Okay, so my next victim is a lovely art YouTuber called Sabrine. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but I'll put it in the description below. I'll put all the YouTubers in the description below so that you know who I'm talking about, or like who I'm making art for. So yeah, Sabrine's art is super cutesy. I love her videos. I think the one that I watched that like made me found her was one of her most popular videos, where she talked about tracing. And yeah, overall, I just really enjoy her commentary. She's a very like bubbly person, I guess. Like her commentary is so bubbly, and like she's just like one of those people where you watch her videos and they just brighten up your day a little bit. And so that's why I chose her for my art YouTuber section, because I kind of wanted to do like three different YouTubers from like three different like categories, just for a bit of variation. So that's why I chose her for the art category, because I feel like she's just like such an amazing like artist, and she's very underrated in terms of like her channel and her growth. Now, for the character itself, I decided to base it off of her profile picture and her banner at the moment. Um, so yeah, that's the reason I went with this design. With the colors, I had a bit of issues because I felt like it just contrasted a little too much. And now looking back on it, I do agree with my past self where a lighter color would have been better in the background. But I'm not too upset with it because I do think it came out really, really pretty. I'm really happy with how it came out. I just think that the background colors could have been a little bit more like muted, I guess. But overall, I'm really happy with how it came out. Another thing that I did is with the eyes, I added a bit of like eye shine to them to just like brighten them up a little bit. And I also just like made the t-shirt plain because I didn't want to overcomplicate the design too much. So after doing the profile picture, I decided to move on to the banner. And similar to Snacky Bish, I did a very like a gradient background, using the same colors as I did as the profile picture, which is like this like dark reddish orangey with like an orangey color. And then I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to use like a sharp bubble or like a more a more cloudy bubble. Eventually I decided on the more cloudy bubble because I feel like it just fits her like bubbly persona more. It just makes her like it just shows off her like I don't know, her brightness, I guess. So that's why I chose to do it that way. Another thing I did was write no refunds because similar to me, she's got like a quite silly humor. And in her description, not her description, yeah, her bio, her YouTube bio, it says no apologies given or something similar. So that's why I wrote that instead of something like I don't know, somewhat typical for a YouTuber. But yeah, I just think it was pretty cute. And yeah, that's the idea that I had. That's like the reason I went behind this design and these patterns, I guess. I added a few cute faces because I just felt like this is just like how she made me feel. Because like when I'm watching her videos, they just made me happy. They made me feel like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Like she's just a very kind YouTuber. But yeah, that's why I chose Sabrin, and here's the profile picture and banner that I drew. So for my final YouTuber, I chose a gaming YouTuber, and I did it for his second channel because his first channel already has a very like nice layout, so I didn't want to like disrupt it. But this YouTuber is Josh Seki. Now, if you don't know Josh Seki, he's well a gaming YouTuber. He plays a lot of Valorant, which is a game I'm very addicted to. Unfortunately, I'm not able to play it at the moment because my computer broke and I don't know how long it's going to take for me to fix it because it just doesn't want to fix. So if anyone's got any solutions to that, basically what's happening is my computer won't connect to the monitors. My monitors work fine though because I've connected them to my laptop before, so like I don't really know what the issue is. But overall, it's just not working. Anyway, back to the video. Let me talk about my Josh Seki profile picture. So I went for this like silly like making a heart kind of sign. I just thought it was kind of cute and added a little bit of like variance to the profile pictures so far. Mostly because they've all been in the same pose, which it makes sense because the profile pictures you're meant to see like I want it to like catch your attention, like they're looking at you, if that makes sense. So I did his more recent hairstyle, which is like this mullet-y look. In the past, he's had more like a bowl cut, but I wanted to go for this because I just think it was like more recent. I did just color pick from the image in terms of colors because I didn't want to get his colors wrong. I would have done it for the other two, but for some reason it wouldn't. Well, I say the other two for the other one because Snacky Bish doesn't really have like yeah. But I did just color pick from this one because I was able to get the image. And yeah, I decided to just like make the background like a pale blue, I think. It kind of like I didn't want it to contrast too much, but I didn't want it to like stand like I didn't want the background to stand out. So that's why all the backgrounds are quite simple because obviously it's for the profile picture. I want it to be like, hey, focus on the guy, not the background. I want it to stand out. I want it to pop a little bit. With the eyes, I did struggle a little bit because I felt like when I color picked, it was too vibrant. So I decided to mute the inside colors and just kind of like outline, add a bit of shine to it like the others. And yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed how this one came out. I think, especially because I enjoy watching Josh Seki's videos. a lot more than not a lot more than the others. What I mean to say is like I typically watch him more because he uploads more frequently, because his content's very like stream highlights and stuff and like VODs. Whereas with Snacky Bish it's commentary, so it takes quite a while to do a research. And with Sabrine, she also does some commentary and also art, so it's very like research based and takes a lot longer than gaming does. Because with games, obviously, you can just play them and then find the funny moments and edit it. So typically I do watch Josh Secchi more than the other two, so that's probably why I felt more connected to this one. I felt more, I feel like I could encompass his personality more, like his like little smile, I guess. But I did really enjoy making it overall. I did struggle with the shading a bit too, because I didn't really know how I wanted the lighting to be. Because there's no background, it's kind of hard to figure out where the shading should be. So I just kind of went off like what my instincts were telling me and just kind of like erasing and adding and just, overall experimenting to make sure it fit. I kind of found the process a little bit tedious, but also not really because it's something that I do a lot. I'm very playful with my art in terms of just like not, like I tend to not follow strict rules with my art and just kind of like do it as I feel, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, I enjoy how this one came out. I just really like the expression that he's got and the cute little like heart pose. I added a bit of shine on the for, like with an overlay layer, I think, or maybe it was an add to layer. I don't really know. You'll see it in the video. I'm terrible at voiceovers, as you can tell. And yeah, for the background, obviously the light blue pale, and I transferred that over for the banner as well because I feel like the banner. I didn't want it to be overcomplicated again, but I also didn't want it to be too simple, if that made sense. Because I'm pretty bored of writing subscribe and having a back color. So for the background, I added a few clouds and a little bit of a gradient with the yellow, which is different to the profile picture, but I think it also adds a little bit. Um, so yeah, that's what I did there. I couldn't decide whether I wanted it to say like at Josh Secchi or just like not. I eventually decided not to add that. Just because like I didn't know if his socials are Josh Secchi on every social, so I didn't want to like risk it. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed how this one came out a lot. Do I have a favorite between all three of them? No, not really, because I like them all equally. Like, not the YouTubers. I mean, I do like all the YouTubers equally, but I was talking about my art. I say like I do really like all the art that I did equally. I feel like I captured their personalities a little bit. Maybe, hopefully, if you know the YouTubers, then hopefully you can let me know if I captured their personalities. But I think I did. I'm pretty confident anyway. And yeah, so I just based with simple subscribe, just a few little like smiley faces, and yeah, that was that. That's that was my Josh Secchi artwork. Um, so yeah, this video was quite fun to make. I did really enjoy making the artwork. Um, I feel like making art is one of those things where I just really enjoy it. I love being able to appreciate people and show that I like people through my art. So it was really fun to make this video, and I did really enjoy it. If you guys enjoy it, or maybe you want me to make more avatars of YouTubers, let me know in the comments below. Let me know some YouTubers that you think deserve um like a profile picture and banner. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. I plan to upload a lot more in this like this year, so 2026. Because I don't know, I feel like I feel like I just want to share my love for the world, my love for art and stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in art and art commentary and like tips and tricks, subscribe to the channel because I appreciate you being here and it means a lot to me personally. Not like it doesn't mean a lot to the channel, but it means a lot to me if that makes sense. Like I don't think YouTube really cares. But yeah, this is my Josh Secchi one. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye!